Welcome back to the Morning Blend. This film features 4 Milwaukee area World War II veterans and local volunteers of the Stars and Stripes Honor Flight chapter. The Honor Flight flies veterans to Washington, D.C. to see their memorials. For all veterans of that war, time is limited, which makes these visits that much more important and meaningful.
And one of the veterans featured in the movie is Julian Plaster. He's from Milwaukee and served in the Pacific. And Renee Riddle is on the board of directors for the Honor Flight. They join us with more. Thanks for being here.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Here.
Thank you. Well, it's an honor to have you here, Julian. And I just want to start with saying, you know, in terms of going on your Honor Flight, you describe it as a feeling of winning the lottery. Why is that?
Well, nothing like that ever happened to me before. I was never honored that much. And to be honored as a World War II veteran, it meant something because our generation came up and it was just another job to us. And then to be honored now and to say the greatest generation, it's something to live up to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When you went on the Honor Flight, was it everything you hoped for? Or more?
Oh, it was more. It was more. A lot more.
You know, guys from your generation don't talk much about their service. Mm-hmm. What is it about you World War II guys that you don't like to discuss your experience at war?
Well, I think it was that we came up from depression, you know, and we were out of a job and we were looking for work, and we had poverty, and all of a sudden the war come, it was like another job. So we just took the job. When the job was through, that's it. We forget about it, go on to the next job. Look, we come back to get married, have a family, and find a working job, a paying job.
What was one of your favorite memories from seeing the memorial?
Well, like I was telling Renee, the first couple times that I went there, I felt very small because it was so large, and I never really knew everything about the memorial, what each pillar represented. The third time when I stood there at the opening and looked out and saw these round pillars, to me it was like two great arms just ready to take me in spiritually, and to give me that feeling of togetherness. The first 2 times I felt real small. The third time I felt like I belonged here.
You just made me cry.
I know.
I know, that was beautiful.
Yeah, that's so sweet. Renee, we got to talk about something that is emotional because it's just so sweet to hear people with the gift it is to go and visit that. It's amazing how many people, a crowd of 28,442 people, saw this documentary at Miller Park on August 11th, 2012, and actually set a Guinness Book World Record, right?
It did. We were really excited about that. We announced it to the crowd. It set the official world record, so we hope it stands for a while. But what was so amazing about being in that stadium was how quiet it was. You forgot that you were in a baseball stadium. You could hear a pin drop, and to hear Julian's story up there on the Jumbotron, everyone I've talked to just says, I feel so lucky that I was there. But we know not everyone could be there, even though it was a big crowd, so we brought the movie back December 5th through 7th. It was in Marcus Theaters for a limited time, and we were selling out theaters, and the crowds were just loving this movie. I would go and watch the crowds as they came out of the theater, and people would just be bawling.
I was going to say, not a dry eye, I'm sure.
It really, and it affects young people. I've seen kids as young as 8 and 9 deeply affected by this movie, and then people of Julian's age who also are deeply affected, and it's just a testament to the storytelling and the people of Milwaukee. It's really a love letter to our community and how we've embraced this mission to get these veterans on their honor flight. And now this documentary is really going out into the world. It's playing in 30 states right now, and if you go to honorflightthemovie.org, you can see where all the showings are happening. But we're thrilled that Marcus brought it back this week. It'll be just today and tomorrow.
That's it.
Yeah,
2
your
days.
chance to see it. And it really is something that you will be so happy you saw.
Well, that welcome home, I just got goosebumps because when you came back to the airport and the people were there to cheer you on, what was that like, Julian?
It was a shock.
Yeah.
I mean, to have that many people, and this is what we got. We got to get the rest of the World War II veterans there, you know, to see this. And the public has got to know about it, and so that they can give of their time and their money to make sure that they're there. And when I come back, there was a little boy. He was about a little girl. She was about 6 or 7 years old, and everybody was going by, and all the adults were getting hugs and shakes, and she was just standing there, you know. And she looked up at me, and she came over, and I gave her a hug, and she quickly turned around. She ran over to her mother or grandmother. He hugged me. He hugged me.
Yeah, these guys are like rock stars on this trip, and two of the other veterans who star in the film, Joe and Harvey. Anyone who's seen the film knows Joe and Harvey, but they'll be at the Saukville location of Marcus Theaters after the 6 p.m. showing for tonight and tomorrow, and the crowd just loves meeting Joe and Harvey, get a chance to spend some time, and we know how special these guys are, and we want to share that with the world.
It's so true. And Julian, you're 89 years young. You're one of the 4 veterans featured in this film. Here's the information so that you can go and see it, because again, it's just today and tomorrow, the honor flight. And for more information and show times, where it's showing at the Marcuses, you can visit honorflightthemovie.com. And right now, we're giving away a couple tickets to callers number 5, 6, and 7 so that you can see Honor Flight the movie at 414-799-4444. Thanks so much for being here and sharing that, Julian.
Yeah, it's been an honor.
Great. It was
really
nice to have you. Thank you
our
so
honor.
much. Thanks, Renee. Thanks for your service.
Oh, hey, I'm here like my neighbor told me. She showered me with gifts at Christmas time. Bottle of cream, Bailey's cream, and 2 gift certificates. And she says, "You're the first veteran I've ever met and I've ever known as a neighbor." And she says, "It's not you that I'm giving it to. I'm giving it to all those that are in back of you, some 16 million that served in World War II." And she says, "So take it for them."
It means a lot, and
so
it means a
sweet.
lot what you've done, and it's nice that we can remember through this great way. Thanks for being here.
Well, we got to remember all the husbands and wives that were left behind too. Even now, during the war, you know.
Lots of
Exactly.
families
Thank
affected.
you. Thank you so much, both
Well,
of you.
thank you for
It was
asking
great.
me.
Absolutely. It was a
Thanks,
pleasure, Julian.
It was a pleasure. Thanks, Renee.
Thanks, Renee.